It's the Absurd American Nerdcast with your hosts, Freddie and Mr. S. Black Adam. And I put here in the notes because I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on these subjects or on these categories, the same as the categories that I'm going to go through. Cinematography, music, writing, and acting.
Okay, can I list my cons first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
We can do pros and cons and then break it down.
I don't know if this is just the acting portion of it, but I enjoyed majority of the acting in that movie. I thought The Rock was great. I thought everybody else was perfect, including Pierce Brosnan, who played Dr. Fate, and wow, he was amazing.
He was
completely amazing.
honestly best part of the entire movie was him.
Oh yeah. I just feel like superheroes have like this tendency to have segments of bad acting in it. Like when it comes to like a third character or like a behind the scenes character, or it's people just talking or chatter going on. But there's like these parts where I'm just watching like what was it? I think also in like Age of Ultron. I know this is like a Marvel movie, but this is another example that I just cannot get out of my mind. Was like, I don't know, the mom and the kid, and I just thought that was kind of bad, and I don't know, like, I just feel like Black Adam had kind of those tropes in it, and I was like, not really about it. But, I mean, other than that, like, everybody else was fantastic.
Like, why are we in Egypt and we're all speaking Spanish?
Yes. Does that happen? Is that what happened?
Apparently.
Well, I didn't know then. I didn't know. If that happened, then yeah, that's their fuck up, honestly. Because like,
he's an ancient Egyptian god wizard, and they give you this whole Egyptian background, and then the entire movie. I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That everyone was speaking Spanish in that town, which is like okay. I mean, if that's a thing, that's a thing. But it was, yeah.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it now because I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
That just kind of blew my mind a little bit. I'm like, I didn't notice that.
I was sitting in the theater and I was going, why? Like, it doesn't sound Egyptian. It sounds very Hispanic and very... Maybe I'm wrong and they're very similar sounding, but I don't think that is... No. So, I mean, that drove me nuts. The previous episodes, or one of the previous episodes, I mentioned that the kid skateboarding in at the end was just...
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
It's like, you're not ready for battle at all. Like, you don't even act like you're trying to gain speed to take out something. We did. I'm just saying that was another thing that drove me nuts about the movie.
Yeah, no, like that's what we were talking about before. Like what I was saying was like, remember Hollywood has this depiction of teenagers, what they think that they are?
Yeah, and it was like 90s MTV.
Yeah, it's not cool. It's
not. Writing a show about teenagers and even into like 20-year-olds trying to write right now for that demographic is insane.
Yeah, it is.
Because they're all very pop culture-y and they jump from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. And it would be very difficult for the writer. So I understand the writer writing what you know, and you're probably going off of like The Cool Kid or something back in the day, but man, it did not translate well on the screen.
Other than that, from acting, I thought the music and cinematography were great. I thought the fight sequences, the action was awesome. Like the locations, everything about it made it feel more immersive. I mean, if they were using another language that wasn't really for the area, I really didn't know. It just didn't really pop into me. But
I thought cinematography was absolutely phenomenal. They like I mentioned before, they took the aspects of the fighting scenes so they could really slow in and really go in there and see people use their powers. And you had mentioned before, Marvel does more wide angle superhero shots, and DC's doing more of a close in, get in the action
Oh
kind of
yeah.
shots. And how much I appreciate that is on a scale of 1 to 10 is a 15. So, I mean,
think like the most we've had from a superhero close shot, like from Marvel superhero movies.
mhm.
I thought Winter Soldier was kind of a close up one. Whenever the Hulk was running through, I forget where, but there's this one part where we're following the Hulk and he's running through, and there's the close up shot with him fighting the Hulkbuster. I mean, they
Oh yeah.
do more widescreen shots, but it's very rare that they'll like do a close up shot of the fight
Right.
sequences.
If it is, it's like a quick, I caught your punch, or
Yeah.
like absorbing and then like countering instead of like delivering that blow. So cinematography as a whole, I would probably rate it as 8.5. Nah, I give it a solid 9 out of 10. It was really cool. The graphics and everything they used, especially with Doctor Fate, was just wow. Music for it, music was really good. I didn't find myself really oddly going, why is this music here? Um, Man, hearing Black Adam with what's the song? Paint It Black. Just,
So good.
I mean,
So good.
of course, I know the song really well, and it's one of my top listens. But it was one of those like cut edits, and you listen through it, and you're like, okay, I see why they cut this part out and this part out, and you made it pretty awesome. So, music, solid 8 out of 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Writing, I'd give it a 7.
I mean, it's an origin movie, and it's like DC. Like, I think the second DC movie that's kind of rebooted with the new timeline or the new storyline.
Right.
That's not Scott Snyder's storyline. I mean, it's
it
it's a
flowed
whole
pretty
new aspect.
decently. I just wanted more. Of course, I wanted more action. I feel like the little kid storyline could have just been niched, and it could have been the mom and the brother, and it would have been okay. I literally, I don't know what that kid was doing there. I thought he was gonna gain powers of Shazam at one point, just because to help out, but no. I was like, oh, here we go. Here was another Shazam character, and it didn't happen. So I just don't know the point of him being there. So writing 7 out of 10. Action sequences were great. The origin section was really good to see, and I thought the writing was really good in that. The build up between the two, all the action characters, like overall really awesome. Definitely would suggest going to see Black Adam. It was really good. And then of course the last thing was acting. I'm gonna give it a good solid 9 out of 10 as well. One, because we could have gotten rid of the child actor. Nothing against him or his acting ability or anything. We just didn't need it. I thought everyone else did really good with everything that they were given. And I mean, I even got a little bit emotional towards the end. I'm not gonna lie, like the acting was actually really good. It really captivated me some emotionally at the end. And of course, we're not going to go into the details when Henry Cavill showed up at the end, but buttery popcorn. Buttery popcorn, that's all I'm going to say.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, Henry Cavill's Superman does join in. I'm glad that we have another super like that on Earth with Superman.
Right.
And we'll get into the Henry Cavill DC Witcher thing in a little bit, and we'll go more into that with our guest speaker. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool to see that intertwine, and it sure shows that the hierarchy of the DC universe has drastically changed. So,
Yeah.
Black Adam's no one to fuck with. I mean, even
absolutely
in the comics, like him and General Zod, I think, are the same, like, yo, go fuck yourself, like, attitude type of thing, and they'll do whatever they want because they have the power to do it.
Imagine those two teaming up. That'd be crazy.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, I would say they would fight over who's better than each other, but I do think if they were to team up, that would be like...
Yeah, it would be more of a contest kind of thing.
Oh my god. Yo, just introduce, like... Okay, so, like, if we had a fight between, like, Black Adam teaming up with General Zod against Superman and... who we should put Superman with? Supergirl? Should we put him with Dr. Fate? Should we put him with... who should we put him with? Yeah.
Ooh, I mean, is Shazam a possibility to go against Magic?
Yeah, I think that would be really
But
good. Like Captain Marvel, yeah, I think that would be...
Captain Marvel would be a good one, too.
Overall weak against Magic. So
yeah.
He's already weak against Black Adam, and he's definitely weak against Shazam. Because they're both magic-based superheroes.
Right, so you would need someone with magic in order to help Superman out.
So I think, like, General Zod would fight Superman, obviously. But I think, like, oh man, that would be really... That's a tough one. I mean,
right.
Obviously you could point the characters with each other that have...
Who does Superman go?
And then not
you know what?
powers, but, like, if they mix it up, like...
You guys tell us in the comments. Who would Superman go to for help against and to get help for defeating Black Adam and General Zod? Superman needs another super. Who's it going to be? Comment down below. I want to know.
I'm trying to think. Oh, I could have the Flash.
Flash would be good.
Flash would be dope.
I still say Shazam. Magic versus magic, and then, of course, alien versus alien. So that way it's an equal match.
Yeah. I mean, that could work. But, like, I want someone, like, weird. That shouldn't be there. You know?
Polka Dot Man.
Oh my god, Polka Dot Man. Here's a dimension. Just enjoy it. The Clock King from the Batman animated series. Oh my god, that'd be so funny. Yo, here's the Clock Man. I stopped time and I robbed banks. That's
well, I mean, this has been the Absurd America Nerdcast. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. And click here for more.